Christmas is my favorite holiday because for us as followers of Jesus, this season is so Jesus and family centered. You see, Christmas is Christmas as we engage both Christ and family. Without it, it's just a day of football, eating, and gift giving. Or gift getting. Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 9 and 15, "Thanks be to God for his unspeakable, inexpressible, indescribable gift." That word's an interesting word. The original word was translated from 4 words combined into one. Paul's writing then tells me he had the same problem we do in our effort to describe what is indescribable, inexpressible. But here are a few words I am overwhelmed with as I think about this gift, unspeakable gift that was sent to us. Indescribable. So here are the words. Awesome. Awe-inspiring. Astounding. Here's a good one. Breathtaking. He takes my breath away. Grand. Remarkable. Splendid. Tremendous. Here's a word you might not have heard. Magnanimous. What a word to describe what is indescribable, inexpressible. It's just amazing. You see, this really is amazing grace. It is amazing love that Christ would take my place, that he would bear my cross. Christ laid down his life that I might be set free. Oh, I sing for all you've done for me. Thanks be unto God for his indescribable, inexpressible gift. But then there's another passage in Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 to 7 that says, "But when the fullness of time had come," you see, it's important to embrace and understand it's in God's timing. This is not coincidence. This is God's planning, that God sent his Son. One can only send what they have with them. So the Son must have been with the Father if the Father sent him. And Jesus himself said, "Before Abraham was, I was." Then the passage goes on to say that Jesus was born of a woman, born under the law. You see, the original word translated here, born, actually means made. So this is to say, Jesus was made of a woman. That description is unnatural, so his coming was divine. And this word is not a word that describes his human birth, because every child is born of a woman. So this is really a declaration of Christ's divinity, his coming as God through the overshadowing of the Holy Ghost, just as the angel has said. Now in verse 5, he tells us why he sent his Son. Verse 5 says, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. We now have become a part of his family. Is that awesome or what? A part of his family. Then in verse 6, he says, and because you are sons, God sent his Spirit into our hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. Therefore, or on the basis of all of this, you are no longer a slave, watch, but a son. And if a son, then an heir of God through Christ. So what does that say to us today, this Christmas season? All that comes to and through Christ as the only begotten Son of God, as adopted sons and daughters of God, we now can enjoy. What a Merry Christmas when we embrace that. So in this Christmas season, remember this. The innkeeper told Joseph and Mary there was no room for them. But it was that child born and placed in a manger. Years later, when he was speaking to his disciples, said, watch, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. Listen, he made room for you. Now I ask you, are you making room for him? Make room or make more room, whichever would apply to your life. And it will be a Merry Christmas. Blessings on you as you make room for Christ and you make room for the family of God and your birth family in this Christmas season. Merry Christmas.